We're back with more Movie Show Plus. Greg Russell here, and been joined by two very special guests, Brett and Drew Pierce, guys from Detroit, and they've got the #1 horror movie out right now called The Wretched. Congratulations, guys, and good to see you.
Oh, good to see you too. Thank you,
Greg.
Yeah. Thank you.
Now, I got to tell you, it definitely passed the scare test. My wife does not like scary movies. And so she asked me what I was doing last night. So I'm going to watch this, to get ready. So she says, oh, I'll watch for a minute. When it got to the first incident.
I love that. That's great.
That means we did an all right job.
That's right.
Yeah.
Excellent. So tell me, how did this whole thing come about with the story?
Drew and I just had realized that the witch really didn't have any rules for how she worked. Like, there had been witches in a lot of films, but it was always just kind of like, oh, there's a creepy woman and she may have done some spells and may have hurt some children, but that makes her a witch. So we were like, how can we turn the witch into a creature and create like a mythology and rules around her? So we just looked into a bunch of different mythology from around the world about various witches, and we found two. Black Annie or Black Annis. It's an English myth about a witch that lives in a tree and steals children and eats them.
Yeah.
And then another one called the Boo Hag, which is like a skin-walking witch that wears other people's skins and pretends to be them. And we just like those two ideas. So we just like meshed them together and added our own rules. And then we're like, let's write the script.
Well, fantastic. It is very, very scary. Also very intriguing because, like you said, it set during the summer. I wish I'd watched it up at my cottage, because then I would have really been going, oh my God.
Yeah, it's a good cottage movie, actually.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Right. And, one of the main characters, of course, young man who's, got to stay with his dad. Always teenage angst, is just nutty all the way around. But here's a guy who's kind of like looked at as an outsider, but he just realizes there's some weird stuff going on.
Yeah. We just we wanted to make the lead a teenager that was kind of going through some problems with family. It would help with our thing that there's a lot of deception in the movie with the witch and what's going on, but it would also help all the other characters to kind of think like, when this kid does catch on to the terrible things going on next door, they're not going to believe him. So that really like helped our story to kind of like, he could be a good person going through problems, and those problems kind of discredited him.
Plus he's like a fish out of water. He doesn't know anybody in this town, so he's completely helpless.
Yeah. We just wanted to put him in the worst position as possible when the worst things are happening, as you do in horror movies.
Right. And you did. So great. That worked as well.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Right. Now, you shot here in Michigan. Tell me a little bit about that experience as well. I mean, it was great seeing the Detroit shirts and all the other stuff.
Yeah, we love Michigan. I mean, we've shot both of our movies there now, and we grew up there. We used to show all of our like super low budget indie movies when we were in high school at like Royal Oak, the main art theater.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we used to rent it out and like make all our friends and relatives pay $10 to watch our terrible movies.
Yeah. We'd get dressed up in tuxes and be like, welcome to a premiere. It was like a big showmanship thing. But yeah, we just love the backdrop of Michigan. It's a beautiful state. It just feels like our childhood. And when we were telling scary stories and going up north, like that's the backdrop that we experienced. And we just thought it'd be the perfect setting for this movie, because we have a really sort of creepy, scary movie, but we wanted to set it in a place that feels comfortable off the bat, and you just like a vacation spot, like you want to go.
Yeah, and I think it's just kind of like, and Drew and I thought this was just the way the world works, is we just think of like, that's what you do. We grew up in Detroit, and in the summer, people skated up north to go, camping, or go, somebody owned a house or a cottage up there, or you went swimming. So I think that was just inherently built into us when we wanted to make kind of like a horror summer vacation movie. It's just because that's part of Michigan. That's what kind of everybody did back home.
Yeah, and the backdrop of it, we have so many friends. Like I have a brother-in-law even now. It's like he's just waiting to be able to retire so he can move and live up north and do the Florida sort of vacation every year. That
term
does.
Means nothing out here in LA. I still say it to people. I'm like, because we go to these cabins in the mountains that are south of here, kind of like. And I tell people sometimes, I'm like, hey, we're going up north, and we're literally going south.
Yeah.
It's like, it's funny.
The other way. Okay.
Yeah.
I also have to ask, both of you were the directors of the film. who picked which scenes to do, or how did that work out?
Well, it's kind of, we basically juggle everything together is the truth. We can complete each other's sentences at this point. Like, we spent our entire lives.
Yeah,
like,
it's creepy.
We're lucky that we're siblings that actually get along.
Yeah.
But yeah, we both would tackle scenes. The only thing that we sort of divide up ever is after, when we're working with actors, we'll send one of us to be like the ambassador to go talk to actors, because you're trying to make a safe space for them to basically fail,
Right.
and take big swings. And you don't want two people just chattering in their face. You really you talk in a very like soft, confident tone, and like we just send one of us up to sort of talk with them. It's just anything that kind of keeps them in their headspace.
I think we're just super paranoid about the movie being good, that we spend so much time rewriting and storyboarding and talking about the film that by the time we shoot, we've talked it to a point where like my girlfriend and his wife just never want to hear anything about whatever movie we're making again.
Yeah.
But it's like so ingrained in our heads what it needs to be that like you can talk to either one of us when we're shooting and you're going to get the same answer, just because we just, it's in our brain and it's not leaving. So. Yeah.
We wanted the movie, we were hoping it was going to be good. Well, it is. And it's what, the #1 movie now at drive-ins?
Yeah, that was a huge surprise for us, because we were, we were always supposed to come out on May 1st, and we were going to come out in like, IFC's been great, but we were just going to come out in like 10 or 12 random theaters across the nation, which is kind of like what they do with independent movies, just say, hey, guess what? You had a little bit of a theatrical release. Wasn't that fun? And when the pandemic hit, they were like, well, we can't do that. And, of course we were, we'd worked on this movie for 3 years. So you're a little disappointed, but you completely understand. You're like, it's a pandemic. I don't want people to
everybody to be safe.
hurt, and I want everybody to be safe. But then IFC said, well, there's about these 10 or 12 drive-ins that we know are open that we can put it in.
Right.
So they put it in, and we were just like, oh, this will be cool. We'll just play for a week or two in drive-ins. Neat.
Yeah.
And people just kept showing up. So the next week they're like, let's put it in 20-something drive-ins. And the next week they're like, let's put it in 45 drive-ins. So it just kind of kept,
I think, word of mouth just it was caught on, and then the people just kind of championed the movie and sort of took it.
Which we're so excited about, because like we don't have what you would call name actors. Maybe some people recognize somebody a little bit from something they're into.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of movies, like the big movies that come out, they have $100 million they spend just to put the word out that it's there.
Yeah.
We don't have any of that.
We have the people.
we have the people. We have the movie that we're proud of.
Yeah.
But it's the drive-in sort of created this platform for people to know that it exists. So now it's sort of just found its own life. It's cool.
It's so cool. We never expected it.
Okay. That's great. And congratulations to both of you. And hey, folks, go see it at a drive-in. Check this thing out. Watch it in a dark room.
Yes.
That'll really be good.
If you can't see it at the drive-in because there isn't one near you, it is on VOD. So you can rent it on iTunes and Amazon and all that stuff too. And just, make some popcorn so it feels as much like a drive-in as possible.
Or if you've got the outdoor screen, put that in your car and watch it that way.
Yeah, my buddy did that. He sent me pictures. He was like in Tennessee. He's like, dude, we're doing a drive-in in my backyard with your movie.
It's the one cool thing about drive-ins, and I think one of the things people have sort of realized is there's like, even though everybody's in their car and it's safe, there's this like party vibe to it. When you go to a theater, it's like, everybody be quiet. You go to a drive-in and people just are like, I don't know, there's something about it. I think just being outdoors and everybody has their windows down, people are chatting with
It's
other
just a
cars.
fun time.
It's cool.
And it makes it feel like summer, and we all kind of need a little bit of a breather when things are super scary right now. So
I hope it's just a great distraction for people right now with everything crazy going on in the world.
Yeah,
that's exactly what we need. Brett, thank you so much for your time, and thanks for the movie. It was, like I said, very, very scary. Like I said, I got the walk away from my wife, so that's great.
That's like a 5-star rating.
I'm gonna start asking people to rate it in like walkways. Is this 3 walkways out of 5, or is this
Reno walk? Boom! Yeah. There's the headline. That's my quote. So, guys, thanks so much, and great. When you're both from here. Fantastic. Keep up the good work, and look forward to seeing your next project.
Oh, thanks, Greg. Really appreciate it, man.
Take care.